Look, it's easy to hate billionaires. Everyone does. They're the headline villains, the targets when things go wrong. But that anger, the frustration you feel when you see inequality spiraling, when your grind feels invisible, it's real, it's sharp, and it's justified. Because the system they built, or at least the one that helped them get there, is failing so many of us. You bust your ass, you innovate, you invest every ounce of energy and precision, and what do you get? A system that seems to reward those born with the right name or the right connections far more than those with real talent or fire. That's maddening. That's painful. But here's the kicker. Billionaires, whether we like it or not, are the ones creating a lot of the progress we want. New tech, new jobs, new industries. Not because they're saints, but because they know how to play the game to build stuff that moves the needle. The problem is, the game itself is broken, rigged in ways that don't just reward success, but pump up success that's been handed down or protected by power. And you know that. You've lived it. You're pissed off because the rules tip the scales. So what do? Sit back and complain, or figure out how to flip the table when everyone else is trying just to stay in the game? This is where most people trip up. They want to blame billionaires and stay stuck. But if you want real change, if you want to build something that lasts, something that actually moves us forward, you've got to think differently. You must learn to leverage what billionaires have learned, but not play by their rules. You need to build your own path in the cracks they ignore. Start by cutting through the noise. Don't waste time chasing status or playing politics. Your focus has to be on clarity about what actually creates value. Forget titles. Build things people need in a way nobody else can. That means drilling down into problems so raw, so human, that businesses with their polished PR and cushy cash can't touch them. This isn't easy. It demands obsession. Every hour, every dollar, every conversation must push toward that sharp edge. Next, obsess over connection, but not the usual network fluff. Seek out those few real thinkers and doers who don't fit the mold, who challenge your limits and push back hard. You need partners who make you better, not just cheerleaders. Get brutal about who's on your team, because the wrong link will drag you down faster than any competitor. And here's a brutal truth few say out loud. Most systems, markets, and so-called mentors want you to repeat what's worked before. They want your creative edge dulled, your moves predictable. Screw that. To beat billionaires at their own game, you have to leap out of the cage. Embrace the hard, uncomfortable roots. Think global before it's trendy. Challenge outdated markets instead of cashing in on hype. Build for true scarcity, not just another Me Too service. Finally, understand this. True capital isn't just money. It's trust earned over and over, agility that no bureaucracy can match, and the kind of persistence that withstands failure after failure but keeps going. If you want to rescript progress, be the relentless force of nature no one expects. Use capital like a tool, not a trophy. Force it to fund real shifts, not just safe bets. So stop whining about billionaires being the architects of progress. They are, but only because they learn to find cracks in the system and squeeze value out. You've got two choices: stay mad and stuck, or dissect their moves and build a network, a system, a way of thinking that actually rewrites the rules, and then get ruthless about putting it into motion. The real progress makers don't wait for permission or easy paths. They make the tough calls, they burn the rulebook, and they build beyond the boundaries everyone else accepts as fact. This isn't about worshipping the ultra-wealthy. It's about taking what works for them, fixing what's broken, and pushing forward harder than anyone else. The world doesn't need more complaints. It needs top players who refuse to settle, who use capitalism not as a tool of the few, but as the forge for the next level, where freedom, merit, and real value thrive, not just survive. That's the real power. And it's waiting for those who want to take it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit the featured link to learn more.